Et salut à tous et bienvenue sur Exocrine Gaming, vous êtes en compagnie de Poutrator pour la suite d'Alan Wake. Oui, Alan. Alors, souvenez-vous, nous étions arrivés à Cauldron Lake, enfin Mirror Peak, un point qui est un point de vue, oui, il me semble que c'est ça, un promontoire qui surplombe Cauldron Lake. Et on avait retrouvé le soi-disant ravisseur, celui qui avait enlevé la femme d'Alan, mais il se trouve bien que qu'il n'avait pas sa femme et il s'est fait bouffer par l'ombre noire. Et là, on se réveille dans la clinique du docteur Hartman. Et on apprend que soi-disant que Alan en fait serait un fou atteint de schizophrénie. Oh, une petite physique de la chaise. Le docteur Hartman devrait bientôt arriver, voilà.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Donc apparemment, ça fait un moment que Alan est patient dans cette clinique et c'est pas la première fois qu'ils font des petites balades avec Hartman. Donc là, c'est Cauldron Lake, parce qu'on le voit par la fenêtre, il me semble. Donc, on y va. Alors, il va par là. Ah! Oh, le placement de produit! Ah, la petite box. Ah, je viens de le voir, ça. Alors, une box sur une télé comme ça, je doute que ça passe beaucoup. Bon, une Xbox 360, bien sûr, parce que Alan Wake, c'est une exclu Ubisoft, une exclu Microsoft, hein, 360 et PC. Oh, un petit jeu. Night Springs. Un jeu, The Video Game par Remedy. Ah, d'accord, ouais, vraiment du placement de produit. Death Rally. D'accord. Il faudrait que j'essaye ce jeu. C'est un jeu de Remedy. Wake. Créateur dit Emerson. Là, c'est fermé. Donc, on va suivre le docteur qui s'appelle Désolé.
Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
C'est joli les trucs comme ça en bois.
I believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Ah, les Anderson, je peux pas rentrer, dommage. Ah, ils ont leur bouclier, c'est cool. C'est les Anderson, c'est ceux qu'on avait vus dans le café au tout début du jeu. Je ne sais pas si vous vous en souvenez, les deux vieux rockers qui demandaient, enfin il y en a un des deux qui demandait Coconut comme chanson.
So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Al. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Alors, vous voyez que je regarde un peu à droite, à gauche, je prends pas trop attention à ce qu'il dit, bon, j'écoute quand même, mais l'avantage de faire une vidéo d'Alan Wake, c'est qu'après je pourrais relire les sous-titres. Là, je m'intéresse au décor, en fait, voir si je ne rate rien. Vous avez vu, il y avait un thermos là-haut, bon, à mon avis on pourrait y aller plus tard, ou alors c'était tout à l'heure, mais je l'ai raté. C'est fort nuageux. Putain, c'est beau. Ce jeu est beau. Il y a un petit peu de clipping là, mais c'est pas trop. Oh, si, là c'est pas très beau.
The spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, you begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside.
Il est complètement timbré.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Le plus flippant dans l'histoire, c'est que ce machin parle sans bouger la bouche. Ah, là, ça y est. Je sens que ce type, on va l'affronter comme ombre ou un truc comme ça, pour qu'il ait dit une phrase comme ça, à mon avis. Je pense que ça va être ça. Je spoil pas ou quoi que ce soit, je m'en souviens pas du tout, mais là, ça pue le combat contre ce perso. Des bêtises sans conséquence. Dixit, le personnage de jeu. Elle est puissante, elle. On va parler à tout, hein, à tous les patients. Qu'est-ce qu'il parle là?
Wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better. Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Il y a le thermos en haut, je vais aller le chercher. Hop. Oh. Pourquoi c'est là ça? Une erreur. Il y a une erreur, messieurs les développeurs. J'ai lancé Alan Wake, pas Watch Dogs. On verra peut-être plus tard. Ah bah. Je veux sortir.
Come, Ellen. This way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Demandez à vos proches de prévoir leur visite afin qu'ils n'interrompent pas votre thérapie ou vos périodes de créativité. Respectez également la vie privée des autres patients et leur espace personnel, surtout lorsqu'ils sont en plein processus créatif. Soyez patient. En général, nos patients souffrent de problèmes de créativité durables qui ne se résolvent pas rapidement. Accordez-vous le temps nécessaire. N'oubliez pas que vous recevez volontairement des soins spécialisés adaptés à vos besoins. L'engagement thérapie et sa méthode associée, The Flow, fonctionne mieux lorsque vous impliquez pleinement. Si vous avez des problèmes, n'hésitez pas à nous en faire part. Alors ce petit poète, ça c'est un des deux frères métal. Ah bah voilà, qu'est-ce que je disais? Je m'en souvenais de ces deux types. Encore Night Springs. C'est un autre jeu de Remedy, faudrait que je joue.
They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark. No, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is.
Il a un peu les yeux de George Bush.
Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer. Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm. The Anderson farm. Valhalla! We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message. Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it secret.
My head was cleared up.
Pas si fou que ça, on dirait.
I was sinking back into the fantasy. convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeam.
Ah, il me semble qu'il va y goûter à l'ananas, si je dis pas de conneries.
That's not very rock and roll. Tom just lost his all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all, taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
I've been shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt.
Ah oui, j'ai intention de suivre leur discussion jusqu'au bout. Hein.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, god damn it.
Oh bah, il suffisait de le dire. Les mecs, ils se sont ramollinés.
Built the farm close to the lake. Place of power.
We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
That Bob Lauders is the after window. Hit that hippie chick in the back of the head. 15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad.
À mon avis, je pense que les infos importantes, elles sont passées. Là, ils vont faire que... Ouais, voilà. Dire qu'ils sont fatigués. Oh. Une télé. Bon, ça, je l'ai lu. Il me semble qu'il y a un autre endroit où il y a quelque chose à lire. Non. Ah, il y a un bouquin là. On ne peut pas le lire. Ah, qu'est-ce qu'ils disent?
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
D'accord.
Mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets, and now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic. And they're not even kidding.
Complètement timbré, lui.
On like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare
Mais
is the
même ce mec, vous voyez, il a des phrases intéressantes. Enfin, moi, je le trouve intéressant. Alors que c'est juste un mec qu'on croise là, quoi. Enfin, dans mes souvenirs, il me semble pas qu'on le croise plus tard. Enfin, bref, on verra bien. Hein.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me with a look.
But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Elle plane. Ouais. Bref. On va avancer un peu.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Pauvre télé. Il y a un truc à faire avec ça. Peut-être un peu plus tard. C'est obligé. Ce machin peut pas être juste là pour la déco. Non. Rien d'autre à faire. Avant d'enclencher la suite, hein, je vais être sûr d'avoir tout vérifié. Enfin, tout. Oui, on peut pas y aller. Par là, c'est mort aussi. Donc on va aller ici. La chambre d'Alan. Ah, il y a une perfusion et tout. Hop. Allons-y.
My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about. It could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Toujours pas ouvert. Une page de manuscrit.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and their work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Sniff. Le fouteur de tout. Ils sont trop cool.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Alors 2 secondes. Je vais voir si je peux pas mettre le générateur tout de suite. Pas vu que j'ai pris les clés. Non, c'est pas ça. Mais le garde du corps, il est passé où? Attends, il y a juste la gredine là. Il est où l'autre? Ah, aller dans le bureau d'Hartman, d'accord, ok.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Ah, c'est les tableaux du type.
Said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't believe it.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's...
Alors, écoutons.
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work,
you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Si je la fais lire, c'est que le début.
Case is interesting.
Ah,
Completely blocked, and frankly, I was about to discard him as useless. However, once Wake arrived and started writing, something changed in Rudolph. He's producing extraordinary work, increasingly dark pieces. Unfortunately, he doesn't respond to direction at all, and it's my belief that he's not so much a creator as an illustrator, perhaps, a recorder of sorts. I hadn't considered the existence of such a role before, let alone its implications, but the paintings he has produced are informative. At least he's easily controlled and useful. I wish I could say the same about Wake. It's frustrating that the best subjects are always so damn difficult to deal with.
Stop buying that. I was tailing Wheeler, and this is the only place
ah, petit succès. Je me disais bien qu'on aurait un petit truc si on écoutait tout.
This is private property, and I will not allow you to disturb my patients.
Yeah, I can get a warrant. How'd your fragile little patients like that?
Oh, I'm thoroughly intimidated by your mighty authority now, Agent.
Listen, you smug snob. How would you like it if I busted through this gate and knocked you around a little?
Agent Nightingale, first of all, I'm recording this conversation, so you might want to watch what you say. Secondly, you're not dealing with a hick now. I know the law, and if you can get a judge to grant a warrant, I'll be glad to cooperate. But you won't get one. Be advised that any further communications with me are to be made through my lawyer.
I don't believe this.
Good day, Agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah bah dis donc. Ah oui, effectivement, un peu glauque les images, enfin les peintures, mais elles sont cool. Petits artworks. Ouais, je pense que c'est ça. Ouais, c'était des artworks pour le jeu, ils les ont mis en peinture. Fort bien, fort bien. Alors, un bureau d'art. Alors, je suis en train de regarder le temps. Et alors, je pense que on va, enfin, je vais m'arrêter là pour cet épisode-là. J'enchaînerai après dans un deuxième. Mais si je fais vraiment toute la partie de l'hosto, l'hôpital va, l'épisode va durer trop longtemps. Donc, je préfère le couper là pour l'instant, qu'il se passe pas grand-chose, plutôt qu'après, au cours d'une action et après. Avoir genre un petit bout d'hôpital et puis après autre chose. Comme ça on ferait bien 2 épisodes sur l'hôpital et ce sera cool. Donc il n'y a pas vraiment eu d'action là, hein, mais il y a eu beaucoup de blabla, beaucoup de dialogues intéressants. Et puis je vous dis à une prochaine sur Exocrine Gaming pour tout un tas de vidéos en tout genre, et puis je vous dis à très bientôt pour la suite d'Alan Wake. Allez, salut tout le monde, ciao.